So to assembly, when you get your cylinders in the store or you get them from the market, before starting assembling, you need to do what we call clacking. Clacking, it is the work for removing the gas which should have remained in the cylinder valve so that you can have a pure free space inside. So those dusty will be removed, and you, after fixing your equipment, inside it will be free and ready to be used. So how do we do clacking? So when you want to do clacking, you take this cylinder key, which is normally used to open the cylinder valve. You put in a cylinder, and you have to know where to put so that you can open and close. In most of cylinder valve, there is a direction which will show you this is close, this is to open. So you may be good and make sure that you check it before going in any direction. So on each cylinder, there is a sign which shows this is to open and this is to close. When they show you this is to open, for clacking, you put cylinder key inside, and after putting cylinder key inside, you go in direction of opening. This is the gas which comes out, and this gas most of the times comes with the dust which might be stored inside here. And when they're going out, you make sure that your cylinder is ready to be used, and you close it again. You do the same work on oxygen cylinder. You go there, you check, always make sure that you check if there is a direction of opening and closing. After checking, you open. Most of the time, you open like a quarter. A quarter means 1/4. You open very slow so that pressure inside is only to push the dust, but not to waste the gas inside. And also here, you open and close immediately. After clacking procedure, you take your pressure regulator, you check which one is for. This is for acetylene. And you choose one of those cylinders as the factor to know the difference between them easily as the normal welder or as good welder. For the color must be taken care, but most of the time, take your cylinder key and notch on them so that you can know this is acetylene. And after knowing this is acetylene, remember that the direction of the thread on acetylene are anti-clockwise, or they are leftward direction. So if you remember this, you put in and you start tightening. Do this tightening slightly by your hand so that you make sure you are matching with the direction of the thread. When you are reaching where your hand doesn't tight enough, because this the gas, it may have a slow gap, may allow your gas to come out. You remember that you have an adjustable spanner. This adjustable spanner must be used after checking if sometime you can find the pressure regulator is tightened in this position. It is not good. It's better you check two things. Either you are able to read those indicators on the pressure regulator. This is number one. Number two, you have to make sure that the position of output cable is able to fit in with the cable. When it is like this, you will just far on the cylinder. This will just bend your cable, which may make it destroying immediately. So after checking, you are able to read those indicators, and after checking that the cable can be tightened, you just hold it here and adjust your spanner. Hold it very nice for not destroying the head of the nut. Tighten it. Don't force it too much. We need to put a slight force for not breaking those brass materials. After tightening the pressure regulator on acetylene, you go back and see this is oxygen. After you find it is oxygen, you put in, remember that this is right word thread. You tighten by your hand also, very quickly for not wasting time. You remember that you check whether you are able, according to the length or to the size of welder. If you are shorter, you may set it like this. If you are taller, you may set it like this. It means the welder who will use this setup is the only one who has to set those equipment. So, and also remember where the position of the cable will not face the cylinder. After this, you hold it in your good position. You tighten it slightly. Don't force it again. So after fixing the pressure regulators, you need to cut out the gas from the cylinder to the torch. And after taking your cable, you check the one for acetylene and another one for oxygen. So acetylene is red color indicated, and also remember it is left. You put in tight with your hand very slowly, and when they are matching, you push until you reach at the end. And also come on oxygen cylinder. You put it tight by your hand. Here we advise everyone to tight by hand, because if you start by using a spanner, you may go in a long direction and destroy the thread of your nut. So after this, you take again your spanner, reduce to the size of those nuts very quickly, and you tighten in the same direction. And this is light. You come, or here also, you tighten it slowly. This is only to stop any leakage from the cylinder, but not to break those components. More you force, more you break. After this, you remember we have safety tools, which are Flashback arrestor. Those are safety device. And this one is for acetylene. So it is indicated here as acetylene, and you take on acetylene, and always those threads are going in left. And also you take this one for oxygen. It always goes in right. So to differentiate, this one are mainly easily, just you have to think about the direction of the thread on each type of gas is totally opposite of another one. So here you bring also your spanner, you tighten them, not too much for not to break it, and also here you tighten it, not too much. After fixing the flashback arrestor, we are remaining with this our torch, which is pre-assembled during the demonstration. But normally they are different, so it has different parts. We can start by fixing the flashback arrestor on torch. Always go in the same direction on acetylene. You tighten by your hand and make sure that it is fitting well, and after reaching where the hand force limit, you bring the oxygen. Oxygen, immediately you remember to go in opposite direction in which you were tightening your acetylene. The limit of hands force, we always use this adjustable spanner. And don't tie too much. So after fixing everything, You make sure that it is ready to be used. So for using it, we need to know how to check the leakage. So if you want to check the leakage, we need to come back. You put down your torch. You take the cylinder key. You come here and you open the cylinder valve. You take also the cylinder key. You open the oxygen. And you come here. You close tightly your torch valve. Just because they are the gas, you can hear the sound. When there is some part where there is hissing noise, you go through and check that this part there is a leakage. Out of that, not listening, there is another process of using a soap. The soap you can put in water, and after putting in water, you put the throat on each connectors, and where there is a leakage, the air or the gas will blow that form of the soap. So that will allow you to see this part has the leakage. After this assembling, after this connection of our part, we need to know how to do disassembling. And disassembling, it is also a good work which will allow you, in case you want to change your cylinder, in case you want to keep your tools and the material in the store, you will need to know how to disassemble them in a safety manner. So here, the key on this disassembling, the final part you have fixed will be the first part to be removed. Take care about this. Do not come disassembly by removing this pressure regulator immediately. No. We have finished by fixing this nozzle. It will be the first one to be removed. After removing this nozzle, we remove also the mixing chamber. The mixing chamber is removed and you pull out. It is put beside. After this, also, you have to remove those flashback arrestor. After removing this, you open one by one and release them easily and quickly. This part also. And next, you need to remove those flashback arrestor. And remember, this is the way you have fixed them. The process for fixing is the same as the process of removing. Those are the cables. You put them on one side. You come here on cylinders. You open. Okay. And also you come here, you open. Always think about the direction of the thread so that you not misopen or make a mistake by tightening too high instead of opening. Okay? You take care about everything. You close it again. You put it on another side. And after, you remove your pressure regulators on the cylinders. You will always make it right and you remove it by your hand so that one hand will be holding, another one will be opening. Because if you don't do it, you can finish opening and it fall down immediately. You put on in each store. And also here you come. So you put it also in the store. And after this, take also your cylinder key. Make sure that all the cylinder valves are closed tightly, and make sure that your setup is still well chained. And here you collect every tools, as you have to keep them in good condition and make sure that anytime when you want to reuse them, they are always kept in good condition. So for this work today, thank you for attending the course, and for next day, we'll be looking on how to do the lighting and shutting off the frame. This will be the next course which will be given, and you will get the details of doing it and the practice on each. So thank you for today, and I wish to be with you for next time.